This is North Georgia Outdoors with Adam and Steven, hunting and fishing all the time.
A thanks go out to our sponsors, yank-um, Moe's Electric Company, DTS Logistics, and God's Country.
Oh, oh, that's a very nice largemouth. This is December 2nd. Hoisted this good 8-point. We're just letting them have it, and we'll catch some pretty darn nice ones. I just harvested my first coyote. Fish caught him in 30 foot of water.
A good bass right here. He went for 5 pounds. Big old bass, about 4 pounds. I'm unhooked. He had it pretty deep down in his throat. I'm gonna let him go here. Put it in there. He came out. It's North Georgia Outdoors.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to talk to you about spring bass fishing, tell you our favorite baits and techniques we like to do in the spring.
Now, one of our favorite things to do is use a soft jerk bait. Just work on top of the water. You can fish around beds, fish around like trees that are falling down in the water. Sometimes you can stop and like pause it, let it sink a little bit, and just keep working it back towards the boat.
Another way we like to fish a soft jerk bait in the spring is throwing it around docks and letting it sink until it hits the bottom. Most of the time the fish will get it before it hits the bottom, so watch your line.
Another bait we like to throw in the springtime is a frog. We like to use the soft plastic ones or some of the others like the snag-proof frogs, maybe some of the Strike King ones. But we like to throw it around grass up shallow. It's a really good bait. You know, we like to fish them fast sometimes we slow it down a little bit. Depends which frog you're throwing. But on these soft plastic frogs, we like to have a Gamakatsu wide gap hook, really sharp hooks. And what we do with these is when they first come up and eat them, we let them have it for a second, because most times, as soon as they get it, you set the hook, you'll miss them. So make sure when they come up and get these frogs like this, soft plastic ones, make sure you let them have it for a couple of seconds, and you'll be sure to get one hooked.
Another bait I like to use is a ribbon tail worm. You can throw it on a Carolina rig, or you can even Texas rig it if you want to. You can pull up on a point, throw it in there, fish around trees. I mean, this is just a good worm. We like to use around 7 to 10 inch worms. So just try it out this spring and see if you like it.
We like to throw creature baits as well in the spring. Stuff like craws, little different looking things like this Berkeley Power Bait Power Hog works really well. Flipping it, you know, putting it on a Texas rig, flipping it in the grass, brush, stuff like that. It's a really good bait. Also, dead sticking these baits can work as well. And another popular bait is the beaver style bait. This is a really good bait for flipping and pitching, stuff like that. Put it on a Texas rig. You even use it as a jig trailer. Works really well in the grass stuff and on their beds. You want this in like a white or a pink color, something that'll make them really mad on their beds, but it's a really great bait and it works as well. But you definitely want to be throwing creature baits in the springtime.
Wacky worming works great in the spring as well. We like to try different shapes, sizes, and colors in them that may resemble a shad or bluegill. We throw them around docks, blowdowns, and grass, and we either hook the worm through the middle or Texas rig it.
Pictures of them.
Another thing we like to do in the spring is like a top water, like this right here. It's a bone color from Livingston Lures. I like to throw this up when like the shad come up and they're on top of the water. It's just a real good bait to all times during the spring. It's just got a good body style. If you can get something like this, you don't have to get like a Livingston. You can get any kind of really top water like this. We just find it really good to catch spots on during the spring. So just pick you up one.
It's a really good bait. It's really effective. You can even use it in the summer and catch fish as well in the fall. But in the spring, it's a must though. You know, like he was saying, just because the shad come out and stuff, even if they don't come up, you can throw it early morning, late at the evening, or favorite times, and you can really catch a lot of fish on it. It's just a great bait all around. Another one of our favorite baits to throw in the spring has got to be the Rapala Shad Rat. This bait works really well for spotted bass, smallmouth, and largemouth. Caught a lot of fish on this one, a lot of tournaments with this bait. Our favorite sizes to throw is the 5s and the 7s and sometimes the 8. Springtime it works really well though, pre-spawn and after they get done spawning. But my favorite time to throw the shad rap is the pre-spawn. They love this bait. We've always caught fish on it, done really good on it, and you definitely want to try a rapless shad rap in the springtime. You will not regret it.
Another good time spring bait is a jerk bait, like the one I got here. You can throw them shallow. You can go up in the rivers and stuff of that nature. You can catch largemouth and spots. We like to fish this all times of the day, especially when they're going to school. It's just a great all-around bait you can use. There's many different sizes you can go. This is just one in particular we had. So just go up there when they're schooling, go shallow, and you'll catch you some good fish.
We like fishing jerk baits around docks, rocky points, and shallow places for largemouth. We often experiment with sizes and colors to see which the fish like best, and we try different speeds to see which the fish like best as well.
We also love to throw jigs in the springtime. One of our all-time favorite baits is a yank-um jig. These jigs work really well. It's got a wide gap hook on some of them. You can get different sizes and stuff like that, different colors. The hooks on them are really thick, and I've never had one break. It's a really tough jig, like fishing it in grass. You know, cold water, this bait really shines. They really like this bait. I've caught a lot of big fish on it because it's a fairly big jig. And he makes a lot of jigs though. You definitely want to go to yank-um.com, their website. He's got a lot of things there. He makes rods as well. These jigs work really well, especially in blowdown stuff like that. You want to get you a good twin tail trailer on the back of these. But it's a really good jig, and you really want to try these yank-um jigs.
Another bait I like to use in the springtime is a worm. And this worm right here is 7 inches long. You can throw this one like all spring long around like rocks and blowdowns and on their beds. You can put it on a shaky head. And this is actually the prototype North Outdoors worm. We call it the whopper worm. It's a 7 inches long. As you can see, it's a big worm, big meaty worm, and it's got good action. And you want to add anything to that?
Yes. You can also get them in different colors. You know, like we said, a prototype. It's a big worm. You know, you can also get this in like a white or a pink, and put it on a wide gap hook and fish it as kind of like a float worm, and fish like a floating worm around grass and stuff like that, and just do it like you would a soft plastic jerk bait. Just kind of jerk it a couple times and let it sink. But my favorite way to fish this ultimately is on a shaky head. It's a big fish bait. That's why we call it the whopper worm. I mean, it's a really big, thick, meaty worm. They love it on a shaky head. We've also caught some big spotted bass on this bait as well. But we're coming up with all kinds of new colors and stuff in it, and we'll be showing them on our videos throughout the season. But it's a really good bait, and try fishing big worms in the spring and you'll catch some good fish on it.
We also love to throw square bill crankbaits in the springtime as well. We like to throw them around docks, shallow water structures such as blowdowns and grass. We catch a lot of good fish on these baits, experiment with sizes and colors, and you're sure to catch some good fish on square bill crankbait.
Thanks for watching our spring bass fishing tip video.
Like, comment, and share our video, and also check out our Facebook page, North Georgia Outdoors. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, North Georgia Outdoors, and also check out our Twitter page, NGO Outdoor. And just continue to watch. Thank you for all the views and everything, and thanks for watching.